1140 The Fan. Talkin' money, talkin' money.
Well, alrighty then. We're back to Talkin' Money with Jeff Tarbell.
Yeah.
We're back.
1/10 of the prison population is in favor of the Raiders, but that was not the quiz question. The quiz question was 1/10 of the world is fans of this team, and Chris Verlot is going to give us the answer right now. The answer, Chris, is...
Not Manchester City.
is Manchester United, which is not apparently Chris's favorite because I got a fair number of single-digit responses from him earlier there. So we always start out the second hour with the mind of Chris Verlot, and of course we're going to do that during the first break here because I forgot during the start of the show.
Well, I'm going to say that, was that General Motors that is sponsoring them?
Yes.
I'm never buying a General Motors vehicle ever again. Not until that. I'm boycotting.
You're boycotting?
And I think they're really going to feel it, too.
Okay.
But
I'm sure.
Chris maintains a fleet of Corvettes, so you'll know that is really going to hurt them.
So we're going to go back to this topic. If you're, I've recently become a fan of soccer, just 4 or 5 years ago, and I think everyone should because it's getting more popular. It's becoming bigger in the United States. You should pick any team that you want to, except Manchester United, and it's the equivalent. It's the equivalent of like someone coming from Europe and saying like, you know what, I really want to get into baseball. I'm a Yankees fan. You would say, screw you, shut up, just go pick somebody else. So I'm gonna say now there is asylum for everyone now who's a Manchester United fan. You know what? Great, keep going, go ahead. Until now it ends. If you become a Manchester United fan after June 2nd, 2012, you should have to be put in some sort of penalty, in some sort of prison, because you're an idiot and I hate you.
Hey, now isn't that the same owner as the Red Sox?
No, they own Liverpool.
Oh, they own Liverpool.
The owner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers owns Manchester United.
Oh, okay.
And he just takes money out of the team. So even Manchester United fans hate Manchester United.
So I'll have to go with Chris because they have said here that they've doubled. They haven't. This article here, Associated Press, doesn't say since what time, but said in recent time has doubled their fan base.
And that was a survey by the team, I think. So. I surveyed all my fans, and I've doubled just here in the last hour. So we went from 1 to 1.5. We picked up a small child.
Most Manchester United fans aren't soccer fans, so.
Oh, they're not, huh? They just like the jersey. I got you.
Definitely.
Okay. All right, so that's from the mind of Chris Verlot, and we do have some. We'll take off some of the text winners as well, and get out some IMAX passes during the break. And before the next, you want to give out the next quiz question now while we're messing around? Let's do our.
I'm scared.
I know this is going. Have the dump button ready in there because this one is a little off the chart here. And we're going to give away the free one-day beverage rental from Mix It Up. The frozen beverage machine rental consists of a one-day use of a one flavor or two flavor machine, and you have to be within their target range of delivery. So we'll do that. So John has a product.
Yes, so we have an item that CVS, Walgreens, Kroger, Safeway, Target, Walmart, all these national chains have begun selling over the last couple years.
Which is why their sales are up.
Correct. And this is since 2007, almost 200% gain in the sales of this product. What is it? It's considered in the toy aisle for adults.
Okay. So,
what is the item that has increased nearly 200% since 2007 that is sold in CVS, Walgreens, Kroger, Safeway, Raley's, Target, Walmart?
I just want to go around and pull the price tags off so you have to do a price check. Price check used to be bad enough. So what is the adult toy item that has doubled in sales and now you can find at your local Walmart and Target and CVS?
About $15.3 million in 2011 sales.
Wow. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140, or you can text us at 44-1140 if you know the answer to that. You're going to have to walk in there and tell them the answer to that one.
Okay.
Because they'll be able to hear me. So we have a new quiz question hanging out there. Chris, John will come give you the answer there if you know that one. And we'll continue on here. I mentioned before the break, I thought it was interesting. You look at finally or eventually maybe your company or company you're looking at wants to add some jobs, bring on some new recruits, bring in some new people. A very interesting article about where do these people come from and what is the success rate of hiring from within or externally? And the article kind of focused on Cisco. Cisco Systems has developed an internal program called Talent Connection to identify passive candidates, qualified employees who aren't necessarily looking for a job, but they're trying to promote within. And I think it's an interesting system. They've almost done like their own little billboard, you will. Post your information here if you want to continue working within Cisco. So the article goes on and talks about, where do you get your best talented employees from if you're trying to recruit? And so often there's a lot of you probably right now that are looking around going, man, I want to make a jump to, I want to make a jump in salary, I want to make a jump in position, I want to make a jump to another company. So you're out there on LinkedIn and all these different places and recruiters, and you're spending all this money trying to recruit, get yourself on another position. And companies do the same thing. They're always spending money with recruiters looking for talented people. And it just happened to just catch my eye about the success rate of bringing in, a CEO or bringing in talented staff and people, and how they do compared to hiring within. And so to summarize it, they did a kind of a CEO search from the last, this goes back from 2002 to 2011. And they looked at CEOs hired from an outside company and those hired from within. And one thing they identified is that if you bring somebody from an outside company into your company, generally you have to pay them about 18% more than you have to pay a similar person within the company. So if I hire John within my company, he already works for our company. I pay him $1. I could get Chris to come over. I got to pay him $1.20 for the same level position and same experience level. So right off the bat, and that doesn't include the cost of maybe I had to go out and hire a recruiter and retrain. This is just pay to the individual coming in, not including all the other costs of getting them trained and all the other stuff too. So you start looking at it. They did a search on CEOs and they said, okay, let's look at outsiders versus insiders. In every single 2-year window, the percentage of CEOs dismissed from the company was significantly greater than those dismissed from the internal, and almost by double. So you're bringing in an outside person. For example, in 2009 to 2011, last survey, 35% of the CEOs brought in by a company were dismissed, gone, and only 19% of the internal people were let go. So I think it's an interesting point that if you are somebody who's in your company and you're seeing job offers being posted, that it gives you maybe some ammunition to go in to your boss and say, hey, not only do I feel like I'm the best candidate, but maybe you ought to, and not only am I, but you're going to have to probably pay somebody else a little bit more money to come in and take this position. And if find a survey like this, put it in your packet and say, hey, look, here's one of the benefits of hiring me. A, I've been here for a long time. I know the system. I've done a good job. And B, the surveys show that an outside person is going to want more money, and their experience level or their ability to hang on to the job is probably I'm probably twice as good as the other person. So you start looking for ways of making yourself look more attractive, more affordable, more reasonable to your employer. And I thought this was a fascinating article. You don't have to be the CEO of your company. Our company all the time is posting for different positions that are step-ups, that are lateral moves or step-ups, and we're always looking internally first. We're in an industry that doesn't have the time to train somebody new if we can avoid it right now. We're in an industry right now that's very, very busy, very, very technical, and it's changed dramatically over the last 3 or 4 years in terms of the laws and the rules and the way you do things. And so for us to bring in somebody off the street, or even, maybe another company, if they're doing the same thing, okay.
Still difficult
because we have systems that are, unique to us, but not as difficult. But to bring somebody, off the street right now who used to process loans or used to be an underwriter or something that was 5 or 6 years ago even, very difficult to do. Very, very, very difficult to do. So moving up within your own organization. So I think this is a Wall Street Journal article from Wednesday, May 30th. And I want to see if they refer to, well, you might even look up Cisco's system. If you can research that, but how they do it. If you own a company and you're looking for employees, this tells me that you ought to look inside first, right, to save yourself 20% plus the cost of retraining everybody else too. And if you're an employee who's looking in your own company, maybe look in your own company first, because it's always more romantic to look outside, say I'm going to go somewhere else, and certainly there's some benefits to that. But I think that the companies are going to start looking, harder internally at their own staff and their own people to do that, and maybe you get a little room for negotiation. Because if I got to hire John, I got to pay him $1.80, and I got to hire myself.
Moving expenses,
$1.20. So we'll see how that goes. But I thought it was an interesting article, and if you are someone who's contemplating that, you might dig that article out or find something similar and put it in your package of why you want to hire me within my own company. So if you apply
there's a lot of that going on. I was reading, I think it was Wall Street Journal this week too, a little different sway to it, but they were talking about how these recruiters are out recruiting in the colleges as if they were a sports team recruiting sports players. They're recruiting these engineers and these top-notch folks. They're giving them huge bonuses to quit college. Come to work for me. I'm going to pay you $50,000, $100,000 to come work for me. Here's your salary. Quit college tomorrow. It's mind-boggling.
I think I didn't read that article. I think I saw there was a picture of a Google employee. I don't know if that's that's where the article was.
I think that was it.
And they were actually handing out like Google sweatpants and different things. And the
same article, yes.
Yeah. So I didn't catch the article. But I did catch the picture of it because I don't read. I just look at the pictures, so it's easier for me. But I did see that. But was the article saying they wanted you? I got the impression maybe they were saying, hey, when you finish, come see us. They were trying to just say.
Yeah, the article was saying that also, but they were saying that they were going after the top-notch students, offering them, same like, and they were comparing it to sports players who've come out of high school, come out of college, and go straight into the NBA or straight into the NFL. Huge bonuses and comp plans.
Get your degree at night, or don't.
You don't need your degree. Come work for me. We're going to pay you, $120,000 out of the gate. We're going to give you $50,000 bonus, or you can stay in school and study all night and drink beer.
Yeah, be hard and wear these Manchester United sweatpants. You can do that too. Did we get a
with Google sweatpants?
We did get a winner to our. So Dana was the. Did you get any fairly weird answers in there to that one? No, that was a fairly easy one. Nice sinners. So our quiz question was: this adult toy device has it doubled in sales? Like in what period of time?
Last 4 years, since 2007 to 2011.
Because you used to have to buy them like some shady store on 16th Street or through the internet now. But so now you can buy them at. I want to go to Walmart. And just peel off the price tags and have price check on the is it price check on the rabbit or price check on the what is our item there that has multiplied in sales?
This would be a vibrator.
The vibrator sales are up, huh?
Yes,
in the United States.
Yes, a lot more manufacturers making them. Trojan's involved now. Durex has been making them for several years.
So you sound like you know what you're talking about there.
Well, only because I have this article, and I was thinking, in order to increase your Facebook page for Talking Money,
yeah,
you could probably post this article and see how many likes you get. But there's a lot into it. The whole Sex in the City, the fact that it's okay now. There's one line here. I'm not even going to read it, but sex therapists getting involved, saying,
"Well, here's the bottom line: if your product is easily accessible and easier to buy, you'll have more sales."
Yes.
I mean, if Coca-Cola could only be bought at shady porn shops on 16th and online, Coca-Cola would not be the number one product. You can get Coca-Cola anywhere. I'm sure they're going to love me comparing them to the vibrator sale. But now, if you can get them at the CVS, Walmart, and Safeway, along with your chicken strips and your other items, I mean, if it's out there, how can you not sell them? I mean, you sell more.
Yeah, I'll take one of these and one of those, and
yeah. So maybe the online stuff sales weren't they have some records for what previous sales were. So I just think it's availability.
Agreed.
And that's all there is to it.
And they say that making it the package nice and neat, and not making it a derogatory item. And
yeah. So there you go. That was our quiz question. Well, keep your filth at your house next time. We quit bringing that stuff. This is
$15.3 million in sales in 2011. So.
Which that doesn't sound like a lot of money to me. I mean, if I had $15 million, I wouldn't be here this morning. Probably be at Chris's Island. But $15 million, and you're talking about nationwide sales, is not a lot of money. What do you go these things like $1.50 a piece or what? I'm not sure the pricing scale on the current. I'm sure the guys behind the glass there know exclusively which models you can get at different price points. I do not know, but $15 million in sales does not sound like a lot.
Jeff, do you have your calculator?
Oh, is that right? Was that on? Absolutely. Was that on the air or was that not on the air? Okay, so I've been told through a secret source that they can be as much as $65. So
if you have your calculator, so first quarter numbers for 2012 count 318,840 vibrators sold at retail outlets, excluding Walmart. That's 4.4 million worth of vibrators sold in the first quarter, up about 14%.
Okay.
Are we going to move on now?
I'm going to keep going. These guys know behind this. We could probably just turn the show over now to behind the glass and let them run with it. So anyway, we'll move on. Was
that a mix it up or
that was a mix it up? Yeah. So we'll give Dana was the winner, and we'll give a mix it up gift certificate to Dana and have some margaritas and have a good time there. So I wanted to move into a little bit of the. We got to do another break too, don't we? Are we set for another break? Or do I need to take that now? Or are we doing all right? Yeah, let's do that. I'll get in because I got some mortgage related stuff we'll get to, and I'll tell you what I'll do during the break here. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. If you can name the winery in Amador County that is our Talkin' Money sponsor, I will send you up to the Hellweg at Dusk Music and Entertainment's a Friday night concert series. I'll send you up there for free. Well, I just gave away the so if you are actually listening to the last 5 seconds of what I had to say, you'll know the answer.
Where is your mind?
Question. I was reading the text. I'm like the guy from the movie there. He'll just read anything on the text board there. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We'll take the first quiz question. Who is our sponsor of the winery up in Amador County? Will be
right back, Jack.